Hotep. I remember tree. South. To the internet family. Right? So what we about to do, it's a little later than I would like it to be in reference to doing this. It's a little bit after 10:30. According to circadian rhythm, you do not want to eat anything after 10:30 because it just sits in your colon. I am aware of this. However, there's been many times that I've eaten food that I wasn't supposed to eat after 10:30. So I'm going to go ahead and eat something I know I'm supposed to put in my body after 10:30. I'm not going to go to sleep and for another 2 or 3 hours anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Right? Because parasites like to come out at nighttime. As a matter of fact, during this fast, I have started to get an outbreak, which I'm actually excited about because it let me know that I'm purging. But if you can see that right there, I have a rash, a skin rash, all on the back of my arm. That is due to the fast and me cleansing the body. That lets me know the parasites are being targeted and I am killing them and getting them out of my system. So I'm excited about that. So my face is actually breaking out too because I am cleansing, I am purging, I am purifying the body. I'm excited about that. So right here I have a key lime. This is a key lime, the real lime that has seeds in it. I only recommend that you eat seeded fruit. Right. Give me 1 second. I'm just doing a small demonstration here. Nothing too major, not too much going on, just a little something. This is key lime. Okay, I'm going to cut that in half. Well, that might super sharp, ain't it? I like this little pocket knife. Anyway, this here. I'm gonna go ahead and eat 1/2 of it. So with the season on. Amazing. I love these key limes. I've been eating these for years. I've been eating those since at least when I was in my early 20s. Other half of this key lime, I'm gonna take the pulp and all, strain it off. So, to get parasites out of the body, bitters, spices, and sours are going to be your best friends. Remember, I told you that. Sweet tamarind is cool. I like it. This is coming from Thailand. However, we want sour tamarind. And I've been trying to find a more natural looking tamarind, so to speak. This one's coming from Thailand. Both of those tamarinds are coming from Thailand. I like the tamarind that comes from Mexico and other parts of the world. Like the islands, like the Caribbean islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix, you know what I'm saying? Those places. I like those tamarinds that come from those places. However, this is the tamarinds that I have. I've also even had tamarind coming from Africa. But right now I have Thailand tamarind. This is the sour kind, so this is what we want. So I'm gonna eat some of this sour tamarind. In the meantime, in between time, After I eat the tamarind, I'm going to pour this off, this cold infusion that's been soaking, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. That thing getting dark. This is what I'm finishing my night with. Good night. Good night. Again, this is day 25 of 90 Day Seafood Detox. We're coming up on day 26. You know what I'm saying? We're coming up on some powerful energy. Those who know. I ain't got to say too much. I'm going to just let that be what it is. But anyway, this is day 25 of 90 Day Seafood Detox. I'm feeling great. I can tell after doing this for 90 days, I'm not going to want to go back to eating nothing that I ain't supposed to eat. And I'm probably not going to for some time. I'll probably continue this on longer than 90 days. I could just already tell. I get like that. I be gung-ho with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around me doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm telling everybody, look, I'm on my path. That's all. That's it. That's all. I'm on my path, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm on my path. And that's it. That's all. You know? Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Okay, look. So we got here. This is tamarind. This is sour tamarind. I don't need a whole lot of this. It looks like your colon. It's shaped like your colon. Structure denotes function. It cleans out your digestive tract. I'm just going to leave it at that. Wow. If you ain't never ate tamarind, I suggest you go get you some. Like yesterday. This is sour tamarind. I love it. This is a great detoxifying food. Now, it don't take a whole lot. If you can sit there and eat a bunch of tamarind, great for you. For me, I eat like 2 or 3 of these things and I'm good, especially the sour ones. Sweet ones, you can eat them all day. These sour ones, not so. Anyway, you eat about 3 or 4 of them, you're going to be looking like that in the face. I'm telling you, so you don't need too much. 3 or 4 of these a day before bed with a cold infusion parasite detox, you well on your way. Okay, so go ahead and snap these off. Right? This is the tamarind hull. I love it. I save tamarind hull for my compounds a lot of times because it rebuilds the hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is the red blood cell. It rebuilds the red blood cell, high in iron, and many other minerals. I can confidently say that tamarind is high in magnesium. Excuse me. Right. I'm cool with that. So we want to consume some of this. Keep it up. You got to stick with it. Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you've never fasted in your life and you 30, 40, 50 years old, it's not as hard as people make it seem. after those first few days, if you do it the right way and you transition off of certain foods and you continue to consume fruits and veggies, and then you transition from that, from like cooked fruits and veggies to raw fruits and veggies to just raw, you know what I'm saying, herbs and stuff like that, it becomes progressively easier. It's not hard. You're not going to die as long as you know what you're doing. You do it the right way. You know what I mean? And you're not taking medications that are compromising the integrity of what you're trying to do. You should be all right. You know? Let's use some common sense with what we're doing. Let's be smart about it. Let's come up with a plan. Let's execute and stick to it and see it all the way through. That's how you make progress. That's how you win in life. That's how you succeed at whatever it is that you're trying to do. So take heed. Okay. Like I said, tamarind is potent. You're not going to eat a lot of it. Once you eat a few pieces of it, especially the sour one, more than likely, you are not going to want to continue to consume it like that because it's just so sour. Okay? If you like sour stuff, then hats off to you. I love sour stuff, I do. However, I know I'm not finna sit here and eat a whole box of tamarind at, 10:40 at night, okay? So, because I know I don't want to eat normally later than 10:30, I'll make sure I stop at about 11. I ain't finna sit here for 30 minutes to eat tamarind. That's not gonna happen. However, I am gonna sit here and eat the rest of the tamarind I'm eating. These last two pieces. Just to show you, if I can do it, you can too. I love fresh herbs. Not dry herbs, not dry freeze herbs, but fresh herbs. Now, don't get it twisted. I do use dry herbs sometimes in my compounds. But when you think about me, herbal tree, if I ever use dried herbs in a compound, you can best believe that I have fresh herbs in there too. And 9 times out of 10, my fresh herbs are going to outweigh the dried herbs I use. Now, there are certain cases where you dry out herbs and they become more powerful. Some herbs become more powerful and more potent after you dry them out. That's rare. Not all do that. Some herbs work better when you cold infuse them. Not all herbs have to be cooked under heat. Sometimes you can just put it in some water and let it soak, and you're going to extract the compounds and necessary nutrients that you need to, and the phytochemicals, to be able to properly purge or heal the body of whatever it is that you're trying to purge or heal it of and from. You see what I'm saying? So, just make note of that and be aware of that. Don't be afraid to use the herbs. Don't be afraid to mix the herbs. But do your research and figure out which herbs work well together and which ones don't. If you need guidance, There's an internet full of different remedies. If you follow certain modalities, and if you follow just an alkaline herbal regimen, yes, alkaline herbal regimen, staying away from hybrid herbs and GMO herbs, you will achieve the benefits that you were trying to achieve faster than you will if you use GMO and hybrid herbs in accordance with alkaline herbs. I guarantee you that for a fact. I know from experience. I speak from a place of experience. I've been doing this for 13 plus years. I have not done it on a grand scale. However, I'm starting to realize that my goal is to do this in a way that no one else is doing it. I love the brothers on the internet that's giving away all the knowledge and information to the people. You know what I'm saying? But me, on the other hand, I have a different way of operating. I'm about that action. I like to show that that's what tells. The show tells. I ain't got to tell you nothing. I can show you, and that's going to speak monuments. I got one last tamarind after this. Yeah, I'm just making this video. You good? I'm on camera. I'm recording. This tamarind is dried out. It smells crazy. That is a done dada. Done dada. I guess that's proving and showing and telling, right? Anyway, that's enough on that. I had enough tamarind. Like I said, I keep the shells of the ones that are good. I do put them in certain compounds for blood rebuilding, you know what I'm saying? Revitalizing and rebuilding the hemoglobin. Okay, and the other compounds as well, but we won't get into that right now. That's enough tamarind. I'm cool. I don't need no more. That in itself got me going. Okay. Now what we have here is our cold infusion. I got some pretty powerful herbs in there, one of which is ginger. African ginger, to be specific. I get this from the African market. If you can't smell your ginger like that, when you don't smell potent, woo. That thing smells serious. You look. If it don't smell like that when you pick it up and smell it, your ginger ain't hitting on nothing. Excuse me. There is GMO ginger out there. That big old rhizomes that you see, them big old thick old rhizomes that you see. Don't be real ginger. There are many types of ginger out there. Don't get it twisted or confused. I have foraged ginger out of Florida, natural ginger that had big rhizomes. Galangal is called, if I'm not mistaken, Thai ginger, which is a different plant all in of itself. However, that has very healing modalities and properties as well. On the other end, this is African ginger. It's very potent. Excuse me, it's very potent. That same African ginger is in this cold infusion. This cold infusion has been sitting for some time. I probably got about 1 or 2 more uses of this before I go ahead and toss it and remake it. You know what I mean? I'm actually excited about going to get some more wormwood, as well as some other herbs that I utilize in this. Okay. That's 2 cups. You ain't said nothing but a word. You heard? The bird is the word. Okay. The bird is the word. All right, there we go, y'all. So that's that. It's my cold infusion. Anybody can do this at home. True, it does take some being able to gather what you need to get to this point. But it's going to be done anywhere on at least 6 continents of the 7. You know, one of them ain't nothing but ice, and they got a couple of different herbs, but not much at all. However, if you're on one of the 6 major land masses on the planet, you can create you something to purge your body. Don't let nobody tell you different. And I can smell the black walnut. You know what I'm saying? Those compounds come out the black walnut. Now that black walnut is actually green whole. I got a lot more of that to deal with. As you can see, I'm about to go ahead and just drink this down. I was going to transfer, but I'm probably going to go ahead and drink this through a straw or something like that. So give me 1 second. I don't feel like playing with it. I ain't going to play with it. Where my straws at? All right. I go ahead and smack this. It's like 2.5 cups right there. Yeah, that's like 2.5 cups. I'm gonna go ahead and smack this. And that is spicy bitter with some sour under it. I taste that ginger. I taste that horsetail. But what I really taste is that black walnut hull. That thing potent. Excuse me. Forgive me. I've been saying horsetail. That's not horsetail. That's horseradish. I was wrong. Okay, not horsetail, horseradish. I don't know why I keep saying horsetail. But anyway, That's horseradish, ginger, black walnut, hull, the green hull, black walnut green, right? What else? We got wormwood on that. We got plantago major on that. We have wood sorrel. In one video, I said yellow sorrel. This is not yellow sorrel. That was not yellow sorrel. That was wood sorrel, which is very sour tasting. Excuse me, I'm just trying to think of all the herbs that's in this cold infusion. But those are the main ones. The key lime is definitely in there with that. And we just doing what we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and sip this, keep on sipping. Crazy part is I ain't just sitting here and down this. I'm actually taking my time with this thing because it's serious. You know? So they ain't gonna like this. Them parasites, bro, they hating me right now. I already know because I'm getting rid of them. They're like, my precious, my precious. I'm getting rid of them. I could tell, I could feel it. And I've been really enjoying this healing experience. So thank you again for tuning in with me. I am Herbal Tree. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Health is wealth. I drink about 8 ounces of that. Like I said, I'm not going to bed immediately. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to pass out, but I'm probably not gonna be going to bed for another 2 or 3 hours. We'll see what happens. Maybe the body will go ahead and make itself go to sleep. Who knows? But in the meantime, in between time, keep on sipping. I done drank a cup and a half of this. I said it was 2.5 cups. I ain't trying to drown myself in it, but hey, I'm really serious about getting the parasites out. Been taking papaya all day, watermelon all day, seeded. Took some sea moss today, infused. Right? Sea moss gel, created by yours truly. What else we got? That's that. But I started to notice some headache hit me. Not a whole lot, but enough to know that I'm hitting the parasites quite well, because I wouldn't get a headache if I didn't, and I don't get headaches. So that's one confirmation. Like I said, the breakout right here on the back of my arm, all up and down my arm right there, that's another confirmation of me getting the parasites up out of here. I don't have no cravings for no sweets, for nothing that I shouldn't be eating. That's another sign that I'm getting the parasites out. My sleep has been wonderful. I sleep well. When I go to sleep, I am out like a light. That's another sign that parasites is getting purged out of the system. You know, we getting rid of this stuff. I mean, we're not playing, so just wanted to make that known. You want some of this?
Sure.
I'm gonna drink it out of the straw. I don't know if you want a different straw. I don't got cooties.
I know you don't.
All right. I already drank 20 ounces of it.
Is that the cold one?
Hold on. Let me take that back. I already drank 12 ounces, not 20 ounces. I've drank 12 ounces of this so far. It was 2.5 cups. So I've drank 1.5 cups, and this is exactly, well, hold on. My last little bit. I already know. But that'll help you feel a lot better. And if you want, we could drink a couple of sea moss after that. Yeah, the video's still on. But I was just sitting here explaining how ain't nothing to it but to do it. And these herbs really work. I like to utilize fresh herbs in my compounds. If I use dry herbs, I'm always using fresh herbs in combination with dry herbs. And I usually use more fresh herbs and dried herbs in my compound. So letting y'all know that I'm all about the quality, not the quantity. I really feel like if you take quality herbs, you take enough quality herbs, you don't have to take a high quantity of herbs as much because you're taking quality herbs. Dry herbs work, fresh herbs work better. That's all I gotta say. In a few cases, there are, for some cases, where dry herbs may work better than fresh herbs, but in this case, you want fresh herbs. You know, the more fresh herbs you can take and put into your system, the better. The more benefits you'll reap, the more benefits your system will see, and the better you'll be able to heal from whatever you're dealing with, push out parasites, and just continue to move forward in whatever mission that you are moving on. So, thank you again for tuning in with me, Hotep, Honorable Tree. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Health is wealth.